Football League. This one started, and we are underway here on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Throwing to start the drive. Wells. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Now a give, right side. Sykes trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call,
Automatic
mark off the
down.
5, and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, Sykes. They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So they bring out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Looking to throw. McClure.
That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida.
And he's out right at the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Lawson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But you look at this defense.
They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lawson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down. It's Lawson, and he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing to start the drive. Wells looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sykes, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And what a big-time play there. 46 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Back to throw. Wells. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch.
Forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll run again.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, number 6 overall.
And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback.
Throwing to start the drive. McClure. That's caught. It's Coleman. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
On first down, Lawson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's caught by Coleman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 34.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a give right side. It's Lawson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lawson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. This is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
2nd and 4. Complete to Myers, the tight end. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Wells. He finds his man. Complete. It's Myers.
Still on his feet.
And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Off the bootleg. Wells. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
And he'll get nothing out of that one.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. That time a 6-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Holmes has got it complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
At the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake. McClure. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw. McClure. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's been perfect through the air, 9 of 9 so far, including that touchdown on the last drive. As his guys start again, 1st and 10.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet
can't get away, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Operating from the gun. Wells, he finds his man, complete. That's Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Back to throw. Wells. He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Wells. He finds his man, complete. That's Mullins. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Complete. That's Rhodes. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
2 yards to go, second down.
At the 28-yard line.
Off play action. Wells.
To the right side, he's got Parker.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
2nd down and 3.
Back to throw. Wells. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Myers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Looking to throw. Wells. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So still 14 yards to go, second down.
Operating from the gun, Wells. And this one is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And those two have hit halftime with the score 24-7. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are out in front in that one. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And as you see, they were winners in their ball game. 27-16, the final score.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. 2nd and 5. He finds his man, complete. That's Rhodes. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. His pass caught at the 4. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
At the 4-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Wells. He's got it. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Back to throw. Wells. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after.
Makes the score.
5 plays there on that drive.
Our home team, 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Off the play fake. McClure, he's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Lawson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
They'll try the left side. It's Lawson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10.
Taking it right down Broadway.
He's to the 15.
Touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand They've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McClure. This caught. Reception by Holmes. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. McClure. And his throw is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down. McClure. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. It's Lawson.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He finds his man, complete. It's Holmes. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a give, right side. Lawson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Here we go on 4th down. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And as a result, possession switches hands. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Off play action. Wells. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sykes. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the... Second and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Wells. He finds his man. Complete. It's Rhodes. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Wells. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out,
as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense, it's really kind of geared to stop that play. Your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Game, 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Coleman has it here right side.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 3. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Lawson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Looking to throw. McClure. He finds his man. Complete. It's Lawson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. This is Coleman with the ground. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Up the middle they go. Dupree, and he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on 3rd down. Wells. That is caught. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On 1st down. Dupree will take it inside the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff up the middle. Dupree, and a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Rhodes. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Here comes third and the length of the football.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point splits the uprights, and that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sykes, and he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for our visitors,
they played through till the end. A Week 18 victory here means they will finish at 3-14.
And they will enter this offseason with more questions than answers. Meanwhile, for the home team here,
and they'll limp to the finish line a bit with a final record of 5-12.
And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.